Hello, I am doing something a little different this week. So I do a little bit of catering on the side, if you didn't know that, and I had my biggest job ever this past weekend. So 125 people. Please don't call me and ask me to do 125 people. I probably won't be doing it again, maybe. But what made it feasible for me to do, because I'm on my own, mostly it becomes about having enough refrigeration and enough counter space and storage trays and serving platters and all that kind of stuff. But my client wanted basically kind of what we call glorified Costco. So it's taking store-bought things that you can get at Costco or the grocery store and kind of zhuzhing them up and adding some fun, fresh things and then presenting them in really, really pretty ways. And that's what they wanted, and it worked out great for me. So I wanted to share some of my best tips around doing stuff like that. I know most of you probably are not going to be catering jobs, but you do have people over. So these were kind of some fun little shortcut things that I wanted to share around some of the appetizers that I was making for this gal. And then she had just store-bought Costco desserts. And so I'm sharing a few things around my lemon artichoke dip. I'm featuring that, but I had some different things I did. And then I did a really pretty charcuterie, multiple platters for her. And I had some tips with that. And then I have a fun store-bought hummus thing that I'm gonna do. And then just a little tip with the presentation of store-bought cookies, which some of this might be really basic for some of you, but I'm definitely aiming to help people who are like, I don't know how to do any of it. So hopefully this will resonate for some of you. And then last but not least, just a few tips on utilizing plastic wrap to the best of your abilities. So please watch and enjoy, and hopefully you will learn a couple things. So I want to show you guys, like for example, artichoke hearts. Got them at Costco. Food processed them, or you could finally chop them. Added my own lemon zest and some fresh chives and garlic, and bam, I've got my lemon artichoke dip. But I did it sort of on the cheat because I started with marinated artichoke hearts. But that's just an easy hack. Granted, this is for my catering, but an easy way to kind of take something that's store-bought and just zhuzh it up a little bit. Another easy idea, log of goat cheese, and then you roll it in herbs. Now I'm doing dried chives because I'm doing this the day before my job, but it's just a little rolling in like herbs or spices. Like if it was Christmas time, you could do like smoked paprika mixed with like a green chive or just fresh parsley and do like a striped effect. And I just roll it in the plate, another little amp up with something that's just simple and store-bought. Okay, so here's an example, all store-bought. Hello. And then blocks of cheeses from Costco, my rolled goat cheese in the chives, and I just bought an orange with some green leaves. It's nice to have a little color contrast. Almonds, which were in a container, that, and there you go. This is a ready to go party platter. And my friend,
Hi.
Lorene, is helping me today. It's so awesome. So another little hack, store-bought hummus. And then I've got some fresh rosemary. That's from my yard. I'm lucky it grows like crazy here in the Northwest. But finally chopping up rosemary. And then I have a little herb de Provence that I brought back from France. Yum, yum, and a little lemon. I'm gonna do some zest because the oil from that is really potent and good. And then a little bit of garlic, which I don't have out yet. But I'm gonna pop that into this big bowl of hummus, mix it back up, and then it'll be ready to go for this catering job that I have. But another little idea that you can take a store-bought hummus, and it really is easy to kind of amp it up to feel more special by adding some fresh ingredients like herbs, lemon, garlic. So you get the idea. Last but not least on this hummus, I want to point out how garnishes, how important they can be. So I just took a little bit of the rosemary, 2 little sprigs, kind of jammed them down in there, and then used some of these Kalamata olives. I had a few left over from the charcuterie platters I was making earlier, and just for a little touch. So anyways, those little things can really amplify store-bought food, so don't forget about the garnishes. Okay, this is not profound in any way, but I wanted to show it just for like some entertaining purposes. So, you know, little mini cookies. Again, my client wanted Costco prettied up. So little details like taking every cookie and making sure it's flipped to the right side. And then this is just a separate bowl of a little dark chocolate, blueberry, acai berries set in the middle, lifted up. So height differences, see how that looks. just those little details can make a difference. Flipping cookies up to their right side instead of just dumping them in. So keep that in mind when you're putting together your, store-bought stuff, trying to make it look pretty. Okay, I'm putting the final touches on this catering job I have. I want to show you one of my other little quick favorite things is butter lettuce. Sometimes it's called living lettuce. It comes in a little plastic container sometimes. It's got really soft, really pretty kind of curved leaves. But this is my lemon artichoke dip, which I have featured on Delight of the Bite before. But I just throw 3 of those leaves down and then I'm piling them with grapes. So I just like it because it adds a nice little contrast. And again, it's just grapes. Hello. But it's just another way to like amp up color and make something look really nice. So this week's episode is a lot more about presentation and obviously like little supermarket shortcuts. But when you're entertaining, those little things just really amplify. I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it's all finished. So my platter is all filled and you can see just this like little pop of fresh green just really brightens it up. This is gonna get served alongside pita chips, a big bowl of those, and that's just a yummy little appetizer. And that green looks really pretty, as you can see. All right. So prepping ahead of time when you're doing, a lot of dishes, obviously most people probably aren't catering that are watching this, but even if you wanted to prep stuff, let's say you're entertaining tonight and you wanted to get all of this kind of stuff done earlier, a little piece of plastic wrap right here. It seems kind of silly, but this just dividing my pita breads from my veggies just for a little moisture barrier. I have one on that side as well. Is just a little tip to keep things fresh and not let the bread get soggy. The veggies are fresh, but I'm gonna wrap this really tight with my other favorite tip, Glad Press and Seal. If you don't know about this, it's fantastic. And it's worth a little extra bit of money when you're entertaining or transporting food. So I'll show you what it looks like in just a sec. Okay, my little hummus and veggie pita platter is cocooned. So what's so cool about the Glad Press and Seal? It sticks to everything. I mean, most people probably know about this product, but if you've never used it, highly, highly recommend. You can kind of cocoon everything and it holds it really tight and it sticks to itself and any type of material. So this is just a heavy duty acrylic platter and it sticks to it just great. So fun tip. All right, hope that was a good time for you. You learned some things. Obviously I had to film that before I filmed my little intro, outro, or whatever you call it, introduction and a little end cap video here. But hopefully that was inspiring or helpful. And if you have some fun store-bought kind of semi-homemade things you like to do, please share. I have more things that I do as well, but that was kind of just based around the menu that I was making. And I thought, you know what? There might be some good little bits here to share with my Delight of the Bite friends and followers. So hello to my sorority sister followers. Who did I talk to? Leslie and Julia. Little shout outs for you girls. Eliza, I think I told you guys that I'd give you shout outs. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching Delight of the Bite. Subscribe, share, and tell your friends. And if you don't already do so, you can watch me on Instagram as well at Delight of the Bite. I sometimes post little Instagram stories on there of just what I'm doing on a random, Friday night or Saturday morning or whatever. And also, if you don't already know this, I say it every video just in case. I post every Wednesday evening, 5:30 Pacific, my video goes live on my YouTube channel. And then also, if you don't subscribe or get notifications, there's a little bell that you can click and that will alert you when the videos are up if you don't remember that it's Wednesday. And I think that's about it. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week.